Alright, it says we're streaming, are we? Alright, it says we're streaming, are we? It would appear that way. Let me pop chat out over to the side here so I can see it. Let me pull this up. See, do I have a lag? A little bit, but it'll be fine. Alright, what is going on? It has been a bit. Had spring break this past week, so that is why there was no Minecraft Monday, because I went back to see my parents and we were dealing with some things there that should be resolved for the most part. Just tweaking some settings here. I have them at 50. Interesting. Oh, there they go. Now I hear them. So, reason I'm here is because I was just repairing my shovel. This is actually one thing I do want to show off, though, because I've made some changes that may not be immediately apparent as I stand here in the killing chamber. So it used to be that there was a chest here where this carpet was, and that's now been replaced by a hopper so that if there's something here and I need to throw it away, I can, like I just did there. But now all of the stuff is getting filtered off, I want to say like 16 or 20 blocks off in that direction, and the items are getting sorted. So I am only keeping arrows and bones. Any bows or any type of armor that comes off of these guys is getting ejected into lava, and then they're getting sorted and coming out here. So we've got bones that are going into these two chests, and then arrows into these two. And so what you'll see when I kill these guys is, and it depends on what item first goes through the filter, so either arrows or bones are about to come through here, and there's no way for me to know unless I'm looking at the chest. So it'll take it a second here. There we go. So we start off, so we've got arrows filtering through. Once the arrows stop, now you're going to see that the bones filter in. And I didn't kill that many, so you're going to notice that there wasn't a whole lot that went through the system just now. But let's have these guys, let's have them stack up a little bit. I need to eat a little bit of a snack here, and we will see here in a second once they start entity cramming the full system go into action. Okay, that should be enough, so if we go ahead and smack them like that, we're going to see all the items are going to filter down through that bottom slab, or I guess it's a bottom slab down into the hopper system. And then we got to give it a second, because it's going through a lot of hoppers. But alright, now we're starting with the arrows, and you can see while they're going, nothing's going with the bones. But here in a second, we're going to see this stop. And now we're getting the bones. And this is just super nice because I don't have to deal with sorting or anything. Because I don't care about the bows or anything. I've got sticks and arrows, or yeah, sticks and string that I can deal with. And obviously I don't need the armor. I'm going to see if maybe I can get through here and show you the system from the back end. So this is the first filter here going on. So we're filtering the arrows there and go through this long system of hoppers, and then there's even some water going through the filter here. The height of these is obviously not the same as the height once the items are sorted through here. So going into the back there, we have a water column that's shooting the items up. And then this is the secondary, or the first sorter here. So we're sorting the bones through this one. And then in the other one back here, I think there's a pixel I can hit. There it is. We've got the arrows, and then we've got a merging into the single hopper line here. That again, water elevator up to this line, which goes in through here. So a lot of hoppers, a lot of work for a very simple system. And the reason it is that way is simply because I don't want to hear droppers firing constantly, which is what would happen with a system like this. I don't want to hear it. If I sit here right now, I hear no sounds, even though I know that the system is going to be working. So one of those things I did off camera that I was talking about, that just more of a quality of life thing, not anything necessary. But let's head back to the main base as I eat another Reese's. This is where I wish auto running was a thing. Reese's are really good. Alright, that's the portal to our main base. I don't know if I've shown this in a video. I don't think I've shown it in any capacity, but I have a gold farm. Double layer, AFK spawn platform there. And we can kind of see it in action already here as some spawn on the top platform. I'll let them pass by, and then you can see we've got turtle eggs, and that is what is attracting them to fall down onto this killing platform, which has a few stone brick slabs from when I first constructed it and didn't have all the smooth stone that I did for everything. And we see some more falling here. We see they insta-die onto these hoppers all below here. Again, even more hoppers. We saw this system working here, so what's happening is we're only filtering for gold. I do not care about the rotten flesh at all. So all of these filters are set to gold. If it passes through, goes into this dropper, the change is detected, and it fires it off, and there's lava up in here. Everything is top slabbed to prevent spawning here, or that it has redstone on it. And then right over here we have a very simple platform with all of the chests, and this is where the gold goes. Could probably do a little bit better system with this, but it is what it is for now. This was a huge pain in the butt to clear out. You can see I had to clear out almost, I think it was a 2x3, and I think even a little bit of extra bedrock there to break through here like I wanted to. But I did manage to do it. Because the issue was this block here, the bedrock wasn't actually at its highest level. It wasn't a clean break. It was like over there. Uh, so like instead of it being this block, it was this block. But I wanted this block, so that's why I had to do the 2x3 to get this block broken ultimately. But it ended up working out, and so now we've got clean access to the nether roof here. Already got a gold farm above it, and that was probably the biggest project I worked on that was not on camera. And I could be wrong, I could have made a video. I don't think I did though. I'm almost positive I did not. Maybe I will end up making a video, and that's kind of more of a sneak preview, but clear out the arrows in my system. What else have I potentially done that I have not shown off? One thing I said I would do, I'm going to try and turn up my render distance back to its normal, and I want to see, because it feels like it's doing well on my end. Is it 30, 35, 36? I think it's going to do fine. Oh. One thing I said I was going to do in the community post I made before this stream was that I was going to terraform. The thing I was going to terraform was this super flat area, and all I was going to do was make it flat. The huge section here that has none of this grass was a block lower, and I wanted this entire thing to all be at this level, which is 64. So I did that, and then covered some other holes, and so this whole area now is nice and uniform. Could maybe do a little bit better here if I land. There's a section here that kind of juts in and out a little bit that I could shave off and get some more space. I'm trying to think of a project for this. I cannot come to a consensus on what I want to do with it. I have 2 current projects that I'm thinking about, and 3 actually. And so after I eat this Reese's, I will explain what those are. By the way, it is day 1093. So, first idea I had, and this was inspired by a YouTuber I watch. Essentially, it was going to be a kind of like a flower complex. So the idea was have multiple structures, have a winding path, have some gardens out and about, but then within some of those structures have the shifting flower garden thing designed so I could get different flowers and then different dyes. But you can't get all the dyes from this area. You'd have to import some. So you'd have an import facility, and it would be obtaining items from my main base. And it would be doing that through some sort of system where you would see the items flowing. And then you could see other items moving via mine carts and stuff. Have it be animated, have it be multi-structured, have it have some purpose to some extent. That was the first idea. That still may be the plan, I don't know. Second idea was a greenhouse because I really like plants in real life. I think it'd be cool to have a greenhouse, and we're talking like I have a greenhouse right there, but we're talking like a massive greenhouse. Third thing was thinking about building a stables and then have a horse race track here, like a real one that I could do, and like it would have obstacles and stuff. That's the one I'm leaning towards because I've got space for the stables to go like right here in this nook, and then you have this huge area all through here that could be one big long circuit. So those are the two plans I'm currently operating on. Again, haven't made up my mind because this is going to be a large project regardless of what I do, and I want to make sure that the project I choose is the one that I want to commit all that time to. So it may still be a while before that happens, but I went ahead and terraformed that anyways. For this stream, the two things I really want to get done are with the skeleton farm, filtering out items. I want to do that with at least the cave spider farm, and there was another one I was thinking about. Oh, the iron farm with the poppies. But the cave spider farm is the main one because if I come down here and I show you, it should be these two. So this is my current string haul. It's fine. I'd like it to be better. This is my current spider eyes. Way more than I think I'll ever need. A full shulker already. And the witch farm also provides spider eyes, just not in as large a quantity. So I have it as a renewable source from somewhere else. I don't need it from the cave spiders. So I want to go ahead and just convert them to be just string. So it's going to be I should say, it should be fairly straightforward. Just got to get it done. I'm now currently thinking, so it is this block where the items fall, and I've got what looks like a wall down there. Yeah, it's a wall. Need to turn their sounds down quite a bit because they're going to be loud. I still really like this design, by the way. It looks a lot better if this is not in fast mode, which is what I'm doing because of... I'm going to try and put everything back. Because it feels like my computer is doing a whole lot... Wow, okay. Yeah, it feels like my computer is doing a whole lot better job this time around streaming and stuff. I wonder, because I had an OBS update, I wonder if that's helping. Either way, I don't like to compromise on graphics in this game. But I mean, you can see the ratio between... Oh, it's starting to pick up now. Spider eyes and string. I just don't want that many spider eyes. Okay. I gotta think of how am I going to deal with this item situation. Because I want to filter it. If it runs along... I think I almost have to push those forward, which is fine. Let's do it while I'm thinking about it. Need to get some blocks. Yeah, for some reason this time around my computer's doing a much better job at handling the game and streaming. The chunk thing has just been a thing where sometimes it doesn't load. That's just been a thing on this world recently. I don't know what the deal is with that. Just grab some of these. Like you can see that right there. Why is that not loading? I don't know. Eventually it will. Like there. Okay, I need to quickly get in here, take those out, replace. Like that. So it's a little bit blockier in the front. I think I can replace those though with something, but that's not really the main thing I want to do right now. Need to get in behind and need to access that because we're gonna swap this hopper and this one. That's in a bad spot. Fire them both into temp block there. That's fine. May need to replace that. But I don't have anything on me. Maybe something out here. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so if it runs out through there, it would run the filters that way, and then it would drop so we could have a trapdoor here, and that's where you would access the contents. How important is this to the lighting? The answer appears to be fairly important. I don't know why he's there. So yeah, it seems like that's actually pretty important to the lighting of this, but I wonder... as I continue to die. I wonder two things. I don't know that that's going to make that much of an impact. If it filters through, it can be on this block, and then it would be here, I do believe. And I don't think it matters that the chest will be on top, so that fixes the lighting situation again. I need to get a trapdoor, because that's going to bug me if I don't. See, it's the same. Oh, nope. See, that time it worked. But those ones are still not loading weirdly. Oop. So yeah, this is what the situation looks like now, and then you would access the contents like that, which I think is fine. So now we just need to figure this out. So the first thing is, what are we dealing with in terms of this? So that's the water right there. So the hoppers are going to have to go another block. Hopper into a dropper, sticky piston, comparator to read it, 2 observers. So just for now, got to place that there as a temp. Clear out some space. Okay, we have a dropper, and we're going to do this to where we're going to have the dropper face down into the lava. I probably should have waited to put that in so that I can do this. Oop. There's the lava. Doesn't matter, but for me this will be cleaner. So we detect the change, which is going to push an observer, which is facing that way. We already have one facing that way. So if I put an item I don't care about, it fired. Okay. Now, here's the deal though. That's got to go a long ways away. Oh, I didn't lose either one. Okay. Here, you. Because we're going to use the same trick that I did with the skeleton farm. And that is that this puppy's going a long ways away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's the dropper is going to be here. And it's going to face down into this block. Hello, NPC commenter. Alright, that should work. That's what Garrett said too. Uh-oh, don't need that. I hadn't heard much hype for that, really, if I'm being honest, up until it actually hit theaters, and then it sounded like everyone really loves it. Double check that this works. Yeah, and I got it back. Haha. Okay, now we just gotta run a whole bunch of hoppers in through there. I think 19. Yeah, that's what I've seen a lot of. I need to set up the filter before I run this. Is this gonna work? Because they gotta point into that. It won't work here, but that doesn't matter. So replace all of that. We can actually It still has to be there, because then we'll run the... Yes, okay. Trying to decide where to put the item filter, and it's just going to be right over here. I just need it away from the spiders. And we're only filtering one thing, so we'll do that. Run it back through there. Okay, I need one comparator, one repeater, one torch, 3 dust, and probably the rest of my hoppers. So we are filtering it there, and it's going to run through here. I always forget how this works. I think this is the one it's reading. That also doesn't look right. Why can I never remember this? Let me look it up real quick. It's reading the filter. Yeah. Okay. So then we run it twice to this block. You do a loop-de-loop and pull. And your shoes are looking good. So that should just be the filter right there. Cover everything else back up. Because we do clean redstone here. Except for that. Okay, and then I want to filter string. So this should hit 41 if it worked. And it did. And I should see the remainder of string in here, which I'll take out for now. I'm going to run the spider eyes through, and we should see all of them passing through here, and we should see none enter this chest, which is what's happening so far. And there's a ton of spiders now to kill. One downside about this is that I'm still going to get a lot in my inventory. Like right now I'm sitting at 46 spider eyes. But I'm not super concerned about that. I can just run that, and then I can put the rest in there. And all we're seeing is string, and I see spider eyes running through there right now. And there's quite a few. But that should be the system. You just have to do that. Can clear that up. They use a lot of hoppers, which is not the best, but what we have to deal with. I'm also going to, just for the sake of it, because I don't need any of those, it'll run through. So that is that project done for the most part. Let me just replace the cocoa beans. Really wish... The whole point of this is that they're not supposed to be able to hit me. Yet they still do. Which is a little annoying, but it's also whatevs. Looks like that is the rest of the string we're going to get from this session, which is perfectly fine. And that is that item filter done. Okay, we can put the string away. Can put the cocoa beans away. Just gonna be in here, I think. Yep. That's the least organized shulker I have. And unless there's room in this one, which there is. Really should have built the stone generator I have down below. Should have built that a lot sooner. Would have been a lot more helpful when slabbing in the nether. It's weird that looking up makes the chunks load quicker. It's the most random thing. Oh, one other thing I think I need to show off, because I'm pretty sure that this was not a thing in a video yet. This barrel is here because I had a chicken farm underneath this platform, quite a few blocks underneath, because again I didn't want to hear all the clucking and everything. The initial farm, so there's this whole thing where with chicken cookers you are supposed to be able to make them so that you get cooked chicken, and I have an example of this. Let me even go show it. It's the second copy. Oh, it's not gonna, I don't want to load it in 1.15. I have one of these in my 1. I think that's 12 world, and that world ran through at least 1.16, and that chicken cooker continued to work. And the whole idea is that you have lava on the top of a slab, and as the babies grow up, they die, and it's supposed to be that the lava blade is so quick that it doesn't end up, it cooks the chicken, but it doesn't end up, burning it. But I tried to do that again in this world, and that didn't work. So I ended up, because I was losing, I was probably losing 75% of the drops. So I ended up switching it to where they would just suffocate, and all I would get was raw chicken, but I would get 100% of the contents. But that kind of, I don't know, it just didn't work for me. So what I've done now is I completely overhauled this system, and this is the most overkill chicken farm you will ever see. I also need to change back one of these. I don't remember which. I'm guessing it's this one. Yep. You should be resistance 2. Okay. I present the most elaborate chicken farm you've ever seen. It's actually not that complicated. It's just that there's 2 of them. So if we come up here, we've got one cell where there are 16 adult chickens, and they're all laying eggs. And it's just mirrored over here. 16 chickens in here again. They're laying eggs that come from this hopper. When they go into this dispenser, that change is detected, and we have another system here where it's just dispensing the eggs. I'll get to the second observer here in a second, but that's all that this system is right here. That throws them into here, where we have a bunch of babies, which it's hard to see because they're completely contained, but they're sitting on top of a slab, and they've got an air block above them. Now what happens is that when an egg is dispensed, not only does it dispense the eggs, but then this observer detects that this observer has gone away, like there, and it fires, again, same on this system, it fires a line of redstone, which then gets climbed up into this second dispenser, and this is the lava blade. And this thing is fast when it dispenses its lava. I think I can break this block. So that's where the babies are sitting on the top slab. That's the dispenser that dispenses the eggs. That dispenses the lava. I don't know that we'll be able to see it, how fast this lava gets dispensed and retracted, but it's incredibly fast. It's not entirely lossless, but it's pretty lossless. So we've got what looks like 4 babies down there right now. I kind of really want to see the lava dispenser right there. So it's not completely lost. Oops. That'll be fine. So yeah, not completely lossless, but for all intents and purposes it is. And so I had just recently cleaned it out, so that's why there was only 37. And now there should be a stone brick piece. Yep. And then yeah, it just goes through. And then the other thing that's helping to make it lossless is that on the bottom of the slab, I have a hopper minecart into this system, which just dispenses everything up. And the reason for the hopper minecart is it picks up items quicker than a regular dispenser. So that helps make the farm more lossless than it already was. And that is why we have 37 chicken in there. I ended up, because I have the gold farm and the nano farm, I have a shulker box full of golden carrots, so ultimately that farm has now become obsolete. But whatever, we still be here. Part of me was thinking about setting up a filter for this farm so that I filter out the poppies. Ultimately, though, I don't think that the process of trying to do that's going to be worth it, because it has to be in water, and redstone and water don't mix. So I think I'm going to abandon that idea. Continue to feed the iron regime. Do I need to farm up any? Nope. We'll head over and compost these. Check on the cactus farm. Yeah, I'm thinking about setting up a chunk loader here. Let me see. It is completely contained within the chunk, and I think it doesn't matter because it lazy loads around it, so there's a possibility I build a chunk loader here, but we'll see. How's the bone meal doing here? Really good. Okay. I have no shortage of bones or bone meal. Pretty much at the Wither Skeleton farm, that entire chest that's there is completely full of bones. And I just realized something now that I said that, because it's a lot easier with the coal because you can compact it into blocks, but you can do the same way with bones. I just have to remember how to get out of here. Yay. Need to build some sort of setup or something to get me to the Wither Skeleton farm better than the current setup. It's a low priority though. I don't know that it's going to be another nether tunnel, and even if it is, it's going to be a different design, because I cannot do that design. The nether tunnels I've built will be the last ones of that design. It's just too tedious, too time consuming. But yeah, we got a whole bunch of bones here. I missed. You still watching? Doesn't look like it. But yeah, we be compacting these into bone blocks. This is going to make storing this a whole lot more efficient, because I don't really need the bones themselves. And again, even if I did, I have 2 different farms that produce it, so bone block. Go and grab the rest of all this. Continue to compact it. I'll uncompact some, just to make some of that more accessible. Then the rest can just be bone blocks. Yeah, that that compacted so much. It's perfect. I failed. If anyone's curious, the fishes are still here, fishing about. They're stuck on the sea pickle. They're no longer stuck on the sea pickle. Well, one of them is. Let's go check the nano farms, see how they're doing. The sheep still do be alive. Ended up compacting down a lot of the honeycomb and stuff. And yeah, they're all full still. That's the current food situation, aside from all that. So yeah, I've got no shortage of food. It's always one of those things where if I don't set up a super elaborate villager trading system, that seems to always be something I struggle with. But even in this world where I'm almost not relying on villager trading at all, that's not been as much of a problem, which is a good thing. We like that. Checking some things out here. Kind of trying to think about what the next thing I want to do is. Because I really want to work on that, but I don't have any plans. Again, nothing defined. If we take a look down here as well, I recategorized the things that I'm farming. So these are all of like the crop stuff that I'm farming. So I have space for another crop related farm, and that's going to be the pumpkin and melon farm whenever I get to that. We've also got mobs that I'm farming, so we've got, all of those there. Again, we've got space for one down at the bottom. Not sure what I want that to be. And then we've got all the miscellaneous farm stuff that doesn't really fit in anywhere. And I think I've got space for 2 more there. So I've got currently 28 that I'm farming. I've got the pumpkin and melon slated to fill up the crop. So I've got to do 1 more mob, and then I have the option for 2 more miscellaneous if I want. If not, then I'd have a current total farm number of 28, or that could jump up to 32. So, got to think of what other mob farm I want to do, which could be a couple different things. It could be something as simple as a cow farm. I don't know if that's what I want to do, though. Let's do that. I'm going to make a creative test world because I just thought of something. Oops, that is not what I want. So you see these farms like for sheep or for cattle or for pigs. I think all 3 of those could be combined. I think. I could be wrong, but we're about to find that out. So let me just get this set up. I want weather. Okay, we're gonna need just some blocks. Need a dispenser. Finna need fences probably. Fence gates maybe. Dispenser with a bucket. Let me pull up something on my second monitor here. Minecraft. So yeah, let's test some things. Probably also going to go ahead and need some signs. So let me get a sign. Just pulling something up over on the other monitor again. Okay, so never hurt to have both of these. So let's start out, let's go ahead and make this a double. Don't see why not. Get some slabs, because I don't think anything can get in through there. And this could even be redesigned. Not that this would be the final design necessarily. But it's an option if I want it. So then this could go 2 slabs as well. Like this. Actually, it'd probably be easier if it were just all the way down to the ground. Maybe make that like a full... Nah, feels easier if I do that. So you just do that, you drop down, you'd kill everything. So this is probably where they're actually standing. And then what? We probably want a couple blocks. And that's probably like where they're standing. So then... that's why we would have those there. Or would we have it... we would probably want it here, where the water gets stopped. Then yeah, 4x4 space there is fine. So this is where there'd be a 1 block tall gap that that the babies could fit through, but no one else. And then we just run that. And then this is where they would fall and I could kill them. Then you have all the mobs up here, which you could then put that there. Set up a dispenser. There. Need to make this a real block so that it can conduct the button. So that would make them flow all the way over to here, and then you just turn it right back off. So that should work in theory. Now I think the idea is, let's do sheep, pig, and cow. And the pigs take carrots, if I'm not mistaken. The others take wheat. Wheat, carrot. So we've got a 4x4 here, so we could have a lot of animals. So let's just do 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'd rather not have... well, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just see if this ends up working, actually, because we already have the babies there. Does that push them? It pushed the one. There's the second. So they did end up going down. Not you, though. Does it potentially matter? If we placed another dispenser there, we need it to conduct. This is very, I'm designing this very similarly to the rabbit farm. So we got 2 sheep. There's a baby pig, let's try it. Oh, did the pigs already, oh, did the adult pigs fall through? Oh, and the babies get through that. Oh, hello. Interesting. Maybe I just make it a cow farm for the leather and all the items flush out there. It's fine. It's not like that matters really. It'd be cool if it were all three and made it multi-purpose. I'm not sure that that's going to be something that's possible. So let's just spam a lot of cows. There's a lot of babies in there already. That worked really well though. Can they get out of that? I don't think so. Doesn't look like it. They don't act like it. Now that is something to note, that when it gets super clogged, they don't really want to go. I wonder if it helps or hurts when those become slabs. Or does it even really matter? Okay, what if we do... What if we try something else? Because it's been a while since I've genuinely seen a cow farm, so... Adult and baby. Baby is still standing. Baby is still standing on it. Adult stands on it. Now I'm only spawning in adults. Bro, what is happening? Okay, the baby stands on that too. Good to know. Oh, but they can fit through that. Okay. Then let me look. I'm looking to see what other potential mobs could be farmed. Doesn't matter if it's automatic or manual. I'm looking up Minecraft 1.15 mob farm list. I don't want to do Blaze. I know it's an option, I just don't want to. Don't want to do Squid. At least I don't think I do. Minecraft Squid Farm. 1.15. It's my understanding that that's a difficult farm. Yeah, I'm not sure I want to do that. I do have a zombie farm, but I don't really think I care for that. I'm not getting anything unique out of it, so there's no real point to it. A gas tier farm could be interesting. Not really interested in farming magma cubes. Don't want to do a guardian farm. I did see a farm that was really kind of interesting. It was a pufferfish / tropical fish farm, but I don't have anywhere that I would put that would link up to anything else above ground, so I don't really find that to be enticing. So like my options are between, so we have squid. Oh, I'm not typing there. We got squid. Got ghast. That really seems like it's what it boils down to. Let me look up a ghast farm. Minecraft simple ghast farm. It's in 1.15. It does seem super simple.
Smart bed deliver.
Quiet you. I don't need your ads. Now the only thing is it would have to be located slightly further from my... It seems like it should be super simple. I think ghast farm is going to be the way to go. So the only thing I need to immediately figure out is... Sorry, I keep opening up tabs on the side here. I'm looking to see how far should my ghast farm be from my gold farm. Should be at least 128 blocks away. So put it 128 blocks away, it's 2 stacks of blocks. I've got that. Let's use this stone I've got, because I've got stone in droves. Check out the Lakers in 5 box, it's doing well. So 2 stacks of blocks. I'm going to do something else actually. I'm going to convert it into stone slabs so that I can place them and not have them be spawnable. So we're not actually going to build it because I don't even know. I want to try and build a custom farm. So I saw a few different ideas. Right now what I want to do is get up on my AFK platform and I want to double check I wonder if it's based on so it's a bare minimum 128 blocks. I think what I'm going to do then is, so I'm here at my spawn platform, but I think I'm going to do it from the edge of this, which can't quite tell. I believe that's pointing towards home, which means that's the longer of the, this is the longer of the tunnels facing south. So we're going to build it to the south. So we're currently working on, this is 57. Why am I saying I'm looking at 58, 59? So I'm looking at 58. Because I'm going to do this on the ground. We'll make it an even 60. I'll just give me sanity. Staring at 61, that's 60. And yeah, actually I could just do every other block. And these are top slabs, so they should not be spawnable, is my understanding. So that's where that would be. Double check something. Okay. It's not centered, but 62, 68 is where I'm at right now. Where does 68 land me here? I actually think that gets really close to... No, it doesn't. I'm dumb. Where does that get me? That does align me with this. I just need to keep a tab open on the side. I don't know why I keep closing it. What is max bedrock height? Should be 128, yes. So we're hoping and praying that this is 128 right above us. It's not. It's not even close. 125. Is there anything close? 126. No, there's not going to be anything even close. So that's not going to happen. You're just going to have to fly over top. I guess it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. But that is where it puts us, which is interesting. Well, I wonder. So this is where... Oh, there's his bedrock. We're right there. Okay, never mind. If we did a 3x3, it would be on this block. Nope. I'm looking at 126. Is that it, right? Yeah, darn. No, it's not going to be anything close. Alright, I think it's fine. We'll just stick to what we've got. It's not like it's that big of a deal anyways. Because we just can fly up through here, and it's a very short little fly, and we would be at the farm, like right here. So I think that's what we'll do. Gotta close that out. Gonna get rid of some of these mushrooms because they're just gonna annoy me. I don't know how they grow up here in the first place. It's one of those weird quirks. Hi. Do 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 do. think we're going to be close to done. The only thing I want to do here is maybe outline the last of the farms. So, Ghast is going to go, so we've got the crop one is the pumpkin and melon, then we've got the bob for the Ghast, then we have the option for 2 miscellaneous. So let me pull that up on the side again, and let's look at the list of farms again. And let's see what other miscellaneous farms. We've got 2 more that we can build. I mean, we could build all of them, but I'd like to stick with the even 32. So we're looking for miscellaneous stuff. Mushrooms is a possibility. Minecraft 1.15 mushroom farm. Because it's obscure. I think mushroom is, oops. I'm not typing on the right screen. I think mushrooms is a possibility. I don't know if I want to do the giant ones or the regular ones. Giant ones would probably be better. But then I'm thinking about where they would go in the world. The clownfish and pufferfish one is interesting. I find it interesting, it's just not one that I think is going to really work. Lapis lazuli is farmable? I'm pretty sure I already have tripwires. Yeah, it's already listed. Mushroom stew is farmable, but that almost fits into the crops, I feel like, and it's not super automatic, and I don't have mushrooms. But that would be an interesting area because that's an interesting pairing if you pair mushrooms with the mushrooms, if you farm that. What is my seed? Let me copy that. I need to see. I need to know where the nearest what am I looking at? Features, I don't care. All I care about is the biomes because I want to highlight mushroom fields. So there's spawn. Yeah, see, that's so far away. It's negative 6,000, negative 2,000. That's just not going to be worth it. Regular mushrooms are still on the table, though. I do have cocoa beans, right? Yeah. Just looking for another potential miscellaneous farm. Oh, this didn't save. Whoops. So gas farm. Gas takes top of the list. We have the option for mushrooms. Can't really think of anything else. I've got a list in front of me too. I've legitimately farmed quite a bit. I do have a tree farm already. So yeah, I guess mushrooms would be the next thing, because you could farm the blocks, which is cool. You could use those definitely for building, and then you also could just farm it for. So I think these are the farms to do. So this is actually 29, and then 30, 31, 32, in order of priority. Can also go ahead and add. Yeah, because that's the space for the miscellaneous, then the space for the mobs, and the farming. Could also probably just organize this so gassed. That's not organized alphabetically. The crops are. And we'd be doing pumpkin and melon. So it would actually like go like this. And then mobs, I don't know why this isn't organized properly. Why won't it? Dang it. And then gas would be here. And then miscellaneous, we would have mushrooms. Which would be here. Alright. Make sure I save that. Yeah. Because, yeah, let me just look at Minecraft. I already did it, but I can't remember. Minecraft Mushroom Farm. Probably borrow from Ethos design. Yeah, it's a straightforward thing I could do. So those will be the 3 farms. Either ghast or mushrooms would be the priority. Do I have sharpness on this? I do not. I don't have regular sharpness available. Could be interesting to add that onto this. Let me just see, just on a whim. This will be the last thing I do because I'm getting pretty tired right now. Just want to see if I can get sharpness on this. Because I don't think I've got a book. Nope. Efficiency. Efficiency. I have efficiency 5, yeah. Well, I wouldn't get it on that, would I? I'd have to get it on the book, I think. Quick Charge 1 on a level 30 book is insane. Punch 1 as well. I kind of actually want to grab looting too. Their sharpness. I'll pass. Sharpness. Breaking's the next one. I need to make a backup set of gear. That is something to be done. 19, good God. And that's not even for sharpness 5. I don't care. Sharpness 4 with the combo of strength 2. Should just be goated. So yeah, that is everything for today. Not a super exciting stream, but got some stuff done that I really wanted to, and we're getting ideas prepped for future stuff. So we've got 3 farms we've got to build, and then we've got to figure out what we're going to do here with this really large area. So if you have any ideas, go ahead and let me know. But that is going to be it from me. Thank you for tuning in to this stream. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in either the next stream or the next video.